What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel if you are a subscriber, and if you are new, what are you waiting for? Join the Divine crew, okay? I am a 19-year-old supervisor working for a $150 billion company. I am not here to brag. I am not here to talk highly of myself. I am here to tell you how you can get promoted at 19, at 20 plus, whatever. These are some tips on how you can get promoted. These are some things that I've learned and some things that I have taken with me along my journey. So to give you guys a little bit of a background, if you are new to my channel, I am a UPS worker. I have been working for this company for almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years on July 22nd of this year. When I first went into this company, I didn't really have the mindset of getting promoted, but I did know once I started to actually work for the company that I just felt like I wanted to do more. I felt like my job working as a bagger wasn't enough for me. So what I did was figured out what I could do to get promoted. There are 4 different steps that I'm going to give you guys and tell you guys today. As I tell you guys these 4 steps, I will also be giving you a little bit of background of what I went through and things I had to achieve. The first step, or the first tip that I can give you on how to get promoted, is to express your interest in wanting to get promoted. Whether it's to become a supervisor, whether it's to obtain a new position, to transfer to a different area, express your interest to whoever is above you. I know you may have been told to work harder or try to stand out, or those are good things to do, but to really get out there and to really bring more opportunities to yourself, let whoever is in charge of you or over you know that you are interested in being promoted, that you are interested in moving or things like that. What this will do is allow you, like I said, to bring opportunities to you when it's there. So if a position happens to open up, they already know there is somebody who is wanting to be promoted. It'll also allow higher management to kind of have an eye out for you and just to see how you operate in your job. And overall, it just makes your process of getting promoted a lot easier. If you want to get promoted, the #1 step is to express your interest. Let it be known. Don't be afraid. I promise you. When I was going into the process of getting promoted, one of the first things my supervisor at the time did was texted in our group chat saying, "We're having interviews. If there's anyone interested in being interviewed, you know, please let me know." And of course, at the time I was like, that's a really good idea. Let me just go for it. And I actually went and I said, hey, I'm interested in doing it. And the next step is the next thing that you will need, or advice, to get promoted. So my supervisor had told me, whenever you can, bring a resume in. Not sure if wherever you're working at, wherever you're trying to get promoted at, move to, any of that sort. Not sure if they actually deal with resumes, but it is really professional and it really makes you look good if you have a resume. And not just a resume, an updated resume, meaning updated to the utmost time that you have currently. So you shouldn't have jobs and things from like 5 years back on your resume, you know? So make sure to have an updated resume. There may be other candidates who do not even have resumes when they're trying to apply, so it does make you stand out a lot. The third step I'm going to talk about is during the interview, but if you happen to get an interview, make sure during that interview you bring extra copies. Even if you have given a resume to one of those people, it makes you look very prepared, very organized to bring in extra copies of resumes just in case there are other team management out there interviewing me. I know for my interview, I did not just have one person, it was me and them looking face to face. I had at least 7 to 10 people interviewing me all at once. Now, I'm not really going to go into details that much on interviews. I will touch bases a little bit towards the end, but it lets the person know a list of things about you without you even being interviewed yet. It also lets them know if they're interested in even taking you to the next step, which is to be interviewed. Make sure you put things on your resume that are true, and make sure whatever you put on their resume, you will be able to understand what is on that resume. I had an interview recently, and one of them had asked me something that was on my resume. Now, I had made this resume a while back, and the only time I went to change something on there was when I got like a new position or I did something new. So I didn't really read over everything. I only read over what I ended up changing. Now, in this interview, this person had asked me something that was on my resume, and off the top of my head, I didn't know what that definition meant. So I kind of froze a little bit because I was like, oh my gosh, this person's gonna think I'm just a fool, I'm just a fraud. But it was all good. I got it all squared away. I gave them a good definition. Everything turned out well. But I'm telling you guys this so you know. Don't just go on there making your resume and typing all these big, extravagant, you know, words and things that you don't usually say. Because 9 times out of 10, they will ask you stuff that is on your resume. The next thing I would have to say that will help you get promoted is during your interview. So this is past the time you have expressed your interest. This is past the time you have gotten the opportunity. This is past the time you have created your resume and handed it out to whoever is in charge or whoever is over you. This is during the interview, and I will literally make a whole separate video on interviews, because when I say I've had over like 8 or 9 interviews within this company, I am not lying. I have so much experience. I've learned so much throughout this time span of me being with this company that I could really help you guys out. So I'm gonna give y'all a little few tips and tricks here and there of a couple of things that I learned. The first thing, be yourself. Be yourself. Now, I'm not saying this to try to sound like cliche or anything like that, but you want these people to want you for you. You don't want to go into that interview, you know, trying to make yourself seem like you're something that you're not. My very first interview, I literally scripted out everything that I was going to say, whichever questions they would ask me. I studied questions offline and literally memorized in my mind answers that I would say, basically sounding like a robot. You want to be authentic. You want to be yourself when you are going into these interviews. You don't want to get in there, fake it till you make it, then actually make it, and you're going to have to fake that. You're going to have to fake it like your whole job. You don't want to do that. You want to be yourself so that if you do happen to get that position, everything will be okay. Another tip that I have to tell you, and that I promise you they will ask you this question in any interview you may go to. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Now, this question, I don't know, maybe back then when you was in high school or middle school, they told you that when they ask you to tell me a little bit about yourself, you're supposed to say stuff that pertains to the job, like, oh, I'm very organized and I'm very efficient with talking to people and articulating. And no. There's a whole other question that they will ask you where you can talk about your skills and weaknesses and things like that. When they say, tell me a little bit about yourself, genuinely tell them a little bit about yourself. So for me, when I tell them things about myself, I'll be like this. Well, hello, because there's usually some people in there that I don't even know. I say, as y'all know, my name is Ashley Rutland. I'm currently enrolled at University of Louisville, majoring in early childhood education. And a little fun fact about me is I am a YouTuber. I have over 3,000 subscribers right now, and I enjoy making content. That is a little example of something that I would say when they are asking me, tell me a little bit about yourself. I know there's a lot of people that get into the habit of thinking that you just have to tell them all these good and great skills. Like, no, this is your time to branch out of the environment that you're in, to branch out of the job and actually get to let these people know you for you and who you are. Something else that I've learned about an interview is when you're going in there, don't have the mindset of, obviously you're going to be nervous, okay? Everybody may have a little, even if you're so confident, like after all those interviews, y'all, I literally got confident with myself, and I just went in there like, come on, y'all, like, I'm ready to tell y'all why y'all need me, not why I want to, you know. But just go in with the mindset that this is more so of just a conversation. And when you go in there with that mindset of, oh, they're just going to be asking me questions and I'm just going to be talking to them, it makes the interview go a lot smoother. It makes it a lot less awkward. You know, it's not like you sitting stiff and straight and saying, well, I would like to do this and then like, no. Be relaxed, be comfortable, be yourself. If you mess up or if you make if you say the wrong thing, you can literally pause, you can freeze, you can think about what you're gonna say, then you can say it. Simple as that, simple as that. Again, I'm not gonna go into too much detail about interviews. If y'all want an interview video, I will make a whole separate video about that. But this is in the interview process and basically things that you should do or need to do in order for you to get that job, get promoted, get transferred, get wherever you want to be within your job, within your company. And lastly, this is the fourth step, and this is the most important step that I can give you. And I am telling you this because I have been there, y'all. Don't give up. Don't give up. Again, this may sound like another cliche video, another cliche phrase or whatever, but honestly, don't give up. Like I said, I literally had over like 8 to 9, I don't even know how many interviews I had. It was a lot. That's all I'm gonna say. It was a lot of interviews, y'all. But the one thing is, if you keep in mind that goal that you have of wanting to get promoted or wanting to transfer, wanting to move to a new location, if you keep that in mind, then nothing's gonna stop you. You'll always seek out another opportunity. You always have to stay positive and stay motivated and tell yourself that you will get this promotion and it will be done. Whether it's now or later, it's gonna happen, okay? Each interview you go through, each interview you may have, you will learn stuff, you will gain new knowledge, and you will be able to come out better and stronger each time it goes around. Those are pretty much a little bit of the tips and tricks and things that I have about how you can get promoted. If you made it to the end of this video, you are a real one. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But without further ado, I will see you in my next video. Bye!